Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. Guys, the entire crypto market is having a very interesting rejection right now, but I think we can benefit from this quite significantly by doing a couple of things which I'll explain throughout this video. But guys, for right now, make sure you press the like button and let me know in the comment section down below, are you buying this dip? Now, little fun side fact, I actually opened a Solana trade for about an hour or two, and I'm not sure I'm gonna share it over on my Instagram. I had some crazy amount of profit for just a couple of hours. I think it might have only been like 1 hour. It's just because Solana is pumping like mad. It defies almost everything else in the entire market, and well, there's definitely something to say about that, which we'll get into a little bit later. Let's first cover what I think caused these dumps and what we're doing now. So the dumps, we already told you guys yesterday, we need to hold here. Well, we didn't, we breached through after a couple of tries, couple of retests. Right now, again, we actually hit all the way at about 50.3 thousand for Bitcoin or so. And for a lot of altcoins, we've also hit levels we hadn't seen in a pretty significant while here. Some nice retests at the bottom. Two reasons. One, I think a very big part of it has to do with this right here, that El Salvador made cryptocurrency legal tender. Very often when people see such a date, right, and El Salvador is apparently going to give every single person out there $30 worth of BTC. Since that stuff happened, a lot of these guys dumped it instantly if they're going to get it. And since there was an announcement of, oh, let's all buy it today, like Michael Saylor already said, well, the price usually kind of dumps or doesn't do good at least due to that type of stuff. So that's definitely explanation number one. Explanation number two is a little bit more far-fetched depending on how you see it. It actually has to do with the altcoin cap. And that's because yesterday we were getting the the second highest close we have ever seen, which was so close, the highest close ever, as you can clearly see here. We got to the almost highest point that right now we are retesting, literally, the highest altcoin market cap ever. We retested that yesterday. And so right now we're basically getting a little bit of a correction to kind of, how do you say it in the best way? To make this transition go smoothly. To make newer highs, you sometimes have to retest as well some bottoms basically to make sure it's a well-sustainable move, let me call it like that. And as you can clearly see, for any of these rises upwards, you sometimes have a little bit of a fall down before you're going to peak. And very often, once it goes back, like here, for example, we set a new high, right? Once we go back to that territory, you very often retest a little bit before finally breaching through, like we saw right here. Sometimes it takes a couple of days, sometimes a couple of weeks, sometimes a couple of hours, it really depends. But right now, again, we retested the highest level ever, fell back down, again, paired with this Bitcoin news before now breaching higher. And that's what I'm thinking right now, guys. I'm thinking altcoins reach the highest point ever. So from a certain perspective, it's pretty stupid to buy right now, right? Well, then again, I've been shouting altcoins, altcoins, altcoins for a very good while here due to our, I guess, specific statistics that I show you guys on videos, right? Wherever altcoins outperform Bitcoin, basically. And even right now, I just think that altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin for a very long while here. And I personally think that this run is not over. It just really doesn't look like it. We trended a little bit lower for the last couple of hours right now, but that's it for the last couple of hours. I still think just getting into right now, getting that dip and getting our way back up is worth it and is smart. And that's definitely what I'm going to keep doing here as time moves on as well. I'm just going to stick to my gut, and my gut is telling me, guys, that this is smart to buy the dip and keep continuing on. A lot of the friends that I have in the crypto space here, some of them really wealthy, some of them just, I guess, normal people. All of them, I think, are buying this dip right now too because, well, you got to stay consistent with it, and every single time you get below a critical high, for example, XRP is 12 cents lower, or 13 cents lower than it was yesterday. Yeah, that's fine, right? That's completely good. VeChain, for example, not exactly sure how much lower it is, but quite significantly it dropped. From about, let's say, 16 cents to about 13 and a half or so, it dropped. Okay, that's at least a couple of cents extra that you can get right now. Let's see it this way. If you had bought yesterday, you'd be annoyed a little bit right now, right? Well, then again, if you bought yesterday, the only way to kind of make it better is by DCAing or at least you didn't buy yesterday so you can buy today. That's sometimes how I like to see it. Once more, not financial advice, my own opinion on the matter, but that's basically how I keep myself sane, but just buying all the time. Hopefully you guys get it. All right, now I saw this interesting video by the digital asset investor, which is of BitBoy. Let's watch it together, all right? Because, well, he's a character, but it's rather funny, and I've also kind of gotten used to it now. So let's cover this story for a little bit. I think you guys are gonna find it funny too.
What the powers that be, the financial cartel, they know the banks are all going to adopt XRP. They know this will come to pass. If you guys have been watching the channel, we've been talking about it a lot, right? But anything under $1.30 right now, they're considering to be a good price point. So the financial cartel has been stacking buys around $1.30, between $1.20 and $1.30, trying to accumulate as much as they possibly can before the price goes parabolic later this month when the SEC lawsuit is over, which, by the way, the SEC has filed the request to deny Ripple Labs' request to show the SEC all of the holdings of the actual employees of the SEC, which this is the death sentence here. This is the death sentence for the SEC lawsuit. This thing is over. This is the key settlement point, because if it comes out that the SEC members have been trading XRP while calling it a security, well, that is going to blow up in their face big time, and they're going to want that sealed. This is the sticking point. The judge is going to honor that request. XRP is going to immediately, the SEC is going to immediately settle. So this is going to be over soon. That's going to happen later this month.
Two things to say right there. One, he said something wrong. For all of you keen listeners right there, you know he said, he kind of messed up his words right there a little bit with the SEC showing, but that's not really the point right here. Point being, is this an instant settlement? Well, yes and no. The reason I'm saying yes is because, well, if the SEC has some internal trading records of XRP, then it can be critical for this lawsuit that those are shown. And, well, from that perspective, if they do not want to show it, they might have to come to a settlement. Or if they do show them, they might actually have to come to a settlement quite quickly too, because, well, the judge might allow for multiple different things to be found out afterwards, which they would rather not have, right? So 1 + 1 makes 2. The reason I'm saying no is because it could also be that the judge denies it. We don't know how this stuff works. First of all, it could all be a big scam. That all these guys are working together because we're talking of billions of dollars. And so it's all a big freaking shizzle show. I don't want to say the words on YouTube. Could be. Second is we don't really know if SEC employees trade crypto at all. Could also be that there's nothing to be found there, right? I mean, that's a possibility too. And at the end of things, it could also be that they do show it and that it does come out that they traded Bitcoin, Ether, but not XRP then again. Or it comes out that they traded it in 2013, 14, 15, or something like that, but then not in 2016, 17, 18 after some better guidance was made or something. And they can still have kind of an argument to put up there because, to be honest with you, right now the battle is also very much about whether or not Ripple knew they were doing something wrong, which the judge kind of cracked down, but the SEC is still hammering on. And also those definitions of Howey, which Ripple is questioning for. But it might be so that things came out, I don't know. Things could also change the lawsuit a little bit instead of just completely settling. Because the SEC might still want to take it out all the way to the bitter end. Then again, they probably won't because they want to win, right? So a settlement would be a lot in their favor, I guess. Yeah, it's a difficult one. It's a really, really difficult one. It's not 100% sure that's going to happen this month, though, guys.
However, even though Bitcoin is going up, the financial cartel has been pushing XRP down to keep it in their accumulation zone. Well, there's people out there fighting the financial cartel, and those people had to make sure that XRP got over the $1.30 price point, so now it is no longer in a key zone for the financial cartel to accumulate.
Also, I don't exactly know what he's talking about. Financial cartel? Maybe I'm just not. Financial cartel, is that something which I should have known about? Is that like an entity? Financial cartel. Financial cartel faced digital shakeup 5 days ago. Latin America crime. Finance cartels. Okay, so it's just a group. There's no specific, it's not like one specific group that's known. It's just some financial cartel people that are just, but how does he know then that they're trying to do that at 1:30? How do you know about that? Huh, interesting, interesting. All right. I'm getting a text now, by the way, of one of my family members, one of my relatives, who just bought some crypto. I'm going to tell you guys exactly what he bought just now for fun. Wait, let's finish this.
By the end of the month, people are going to look back and say, God, he told you. He told you it was coming. And I'm really excited about the price of XRP. I mean, this is the millionaire maker coin right now. This is your last chance to get in. But once this price gets about $2, $3, it's going to be hard to justify telling people to continue buying in because the returns are going to get smaller and smaller as we talk.
And that's the last thing he said has also got a really good point. And that is when it was about 17 cents, end of last year, December 29th, 2020, it was a lot easier to tell people, oh, yeah, it's a good 10 times opportunity than it is now. You know, because do I still think XP can do times 10? Do I still think it'll make a lot of millionaires right now or very shortly? Yes. However, saying times 10 at 17 cents is a lot simpler than saying times 10 at $1.30 because you're going to have to go to $13. And the fact is, guys, to go to halfway all-time high or to go to 3 times-ish all-time high, of course, going to halfway all-time high is a lot simpler. Then again, that's also mitigated by the fact that back then we were in a really big bear market to some extent. We're kind of in a neutral market. And right now we are in an extremely, extremely bullish market. It's kind of funny as well, though, if you start to think back about a couple of weeks ago when people thought, oh, the bull market is over. We're going to go down to the ground for the next couple of months. Rather funny to see how tables have turned, huh? And again, how a lot of these things out there you can use to actually spot all that stuff. It's also crazy to me. The fact that you can use a lot of the things which these people are looking at and the way that people are speaking out in the media to determine whether or not it's really bullish or not. But XP, the millionaire coin maker, the millionaire maker coin, yeah, I'm going to agree. I think it's one of the best bets for, quick wealth, to be honest with you. Then again, not financial advice. About Solana, Solana nears $200 after FTX Solana enabled NFT marketplace goes live. They really shut up with everything right now. They're doing so amazing. Solana $500 isn't really that crazy, to be honest with you, too. And so I definitely think that we shouldn't be too crazy looking if Solana actually overtakes Cardano or gets to that price point, which is about market point, which is about doubling or so still. I don't think it would be too crazy, purely for the fact that, it's having the same sort of rise as ADA has right now, I told you guys about. And Solana exploding was behind the hype. Well, once more, guys, people are just looking for Solana because, Ethereum's kind of stupid. So that's why they want to have it. Let me see what he sent me, guys. Let me see what's happened. He sent me Polkadot, Polygon, Cardano, VeChain, Thor, Digibyte, and BNB. I don't know exactly why he chose those. He's actually down, I think, like 10% on his entire crypto portfolio right now. Oh, he already made an... Oh, okay. Oh, no, he bought more. XRP, a pretty good chunk of XRP, to be honest with you. That's nice. Chainlink. Oh, and those are the ones that were above it. Okay, so we got the portfolio. Some XRP and some Chainlink as well. That's pretty funny. Huh. All right, pretty juicy portfolio right there. What do you guys think about that? That's a juicy portfolio. All right, I think we covered everything except for this massive FUD storm. It's about ADA. But that's, of course, like a freaking up and down, up and down. ADA gets a lot of FUD right now, partially because Solana's doing so good, but also partially because, people want to hate something. And specifically if it's an idea type of thing, an idealistic type of faith type of thing, people hate on it, which you see for the same way about XRP. But again, guys, those are the greatest opportunities for wealth when a lot of people are really skeptical of it, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now.